Fun fact. Did you know that the modern kitchen was designed over 100 years ago to make life easier and cooking quicker? Here's a question for you. Do you think it was a man or a woman who designed it? Just for fun, put your guesses in the comments and I'll reveal the answer at the end of the video. Almost everyone will spend at least some time in the kitchen. So today, you're going to jump into the world of food preparation, learn some practical kitchen vocabulary, and spice up your English. And you're doing it with a classic dish, spaghetti with meat sauce. And don't worry, you can easily make it vegetarian if you prefer. Ready? Let's get cooking and learning. Before we get our hands dirty, let's go over some essential kitchen vocabulary. These words are not just for today's recipe, but are super useful whenever you're in the kitchen. Colander, to drain the spaghetti. A knife. Be sure to handle it carefully. A pot, for cooking the sauce. Ingredients, in this case, ground meat, tomatoes, garlic, onion, olive oil, basil, oregano, and of course, spaghetti. And remember, if you're vegetarian, you can skip the meat and still make a delicious sauce. For extra texture, try adding some quinoa or couscous. Now that you know the words, let's put them into action. Let's get cooking. We're making traditional spaghetti with meat sauce, but it's super easy to make it vegetarian too. First, heat a little olive oil in your saucepan over medium heat. We're going to sauté some onions and garlic just until they're soft and fragrant. This is where the flavor begins. Give it a stir with your spoon. Next, if you're using meat, add it to the pan. Break it up with your spoon and cook until it's browned all over. Vegetarians, you can skip this step and jump ahead to the tomatoes. For some extra texture, you could add some cooked quinoa or couscous to your sauce later on. Now pour in your chopped tomatoes or tomato sauce. This is where your sauce comes to life. Let it simmer for a while. Keep stirring it occasionally until it thickens and all the flavors come together. Now this is where we add some extra magic. Seasoning, sprinkle in some basil and oregano. These herbs give the sauce that authentic Italian flavor. Stir it all in and let those flavors blend. As the sauce is simmering, let's cook the spaghetti. Bring a pot of well-salted water to a boil, then add the spaghetti. Cook it just until it's tender, al dente, as they say in Italian. Drain the spaghetti and get ready to bring it all together. Toss the cooked spaghetti into the sauce and mix it all together until every strand is coated in that rich, savory sauce. And now for the grand finale. Whether you added meat or kept it vegetarian with some added quinoa or couscous, you're in for a treat. Here it is, classic spaghetti with a delicious sauce you made while also learning some new English words. Not only did you cook, but you added some useful vocabulary to your English skills. How awesome is that? All right, time to answer that fun fact from the beginning. The modern kitchen was actually designed by a woman, Margaret Schütte-Lihotzky, an Austrian architect, who created the Frankfurt kitchen in 1926 to make cooking more efficient. So next time you're in the kitchen, you can thank her for making it easier. Before we wrap up, let's quickly recap the words and phrases we learned today. First, just listen to the phrases. Then listen again, but pause after each phrase and say it yourself. Classic dish. A recipe that reflects a culture's heritage. Ingredients. The items used to make a dish. Sauté, a French word that means to cook quickly in a little oil in a hot pan. Pour in chopped tomatoes or tomato sauce. Simmer, to cook slowly at a low temperature. Simmer so the flavors come together. Seasoning, to add herbs or spices to food to improve the flavor. Bring a pot of salted water to a boil. Al dente, pasta that is cooked to be firm to the bite. Drain, remove all water from the pot. For extra texture, try adding some quinoa or couscous. Quinoa couscous. Grains that can add texture to your sauce if you choose the vegetarian option. These are all practical words you can use in your kitchen adventures, whether you're cooking spaghetti or any other dish. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed making this classic Italian dish and learning some practical English along the way. If you had fun, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more cool English lessons if you found value. See you in the next video.